Hey, Vaush, could you shout out the 48,000 members of the Academic Student Employees Union now on strike in the UC system? Yeah, that. Nah, we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, the big UC strike is on. They're kicking. They're kicking, they're gooping, they're gopping. They're blipping, they're blopping. About 48,000 unionized academic workers. This is actually really fucking dope. You know why? First of all, 48,000 is an insane number of academic workers in a single state university system to go on strike at once. Like, right off the bat, that is a lot of fucking people. Second of all, this is a really difficult strike to, like, break or placate because it's spread out across the entire UC system, and it encompasses so many people who work so many different types of jobs. Like, it's not like it's one railroad with one set of railroad workers striking. This is the largest academic worker strike in U.S. history. Is it really the largest? I guess it would be, yeah, because the UC system is the largest academic system in the country, isn't it? Yeah, like under a single banner. That is fantastic. I could hear the strikers chanting outside my sociology class at UC Davis. Wait, let's get a video. That's impressive stuff. Hold on. Here's a picture of my strike today. You went? Ah, hell yeah. Why is this a 4:3 ratio? What did you take this picture with? That's so nice. Look at him. What is this? Which university is this? Is UAW 286. What is this one? Which zoom in? Which UC is this? Looks so American. This is like a quintessentially American intersection right here. This has got to be a more rural area, right? Merced? Oh, gotcha. You can zoom in quite a bit on this. Look at that. UAW on strike, unfair labor practice. They all got the right signs. Look at that. Hell yeah. Wow, seeing these roads makes me want to kill myself. Okay. Yeah, living in America is, you know, a little wacky. It's fine. America moment. Oh, I should take a look. What about HSU? Wait, what do they call HSU now? What do they call HSU? What about my university? What do they call it now? HSU, CA. Cal Poly Humboldt. Cal Poly Humboldt strike. Show me a strike. I can't believe they changed the name. Cal Poly Humboldt. So stupid. Just stick with it. HSU. What's wrong with HSU? I'm gonna call it HSU. I'm dead naming this. Let me see. HSU strike. The local newspaper. Arcata newspaper was called North Coast Journal. That should have it. Wait. No? What are these goddamn... Literally not a UC? It's not a UC? Oh my god! It's not a UC! It's another thing! I'm so stupid! It doesn't even have UC in the fucking name! It's a CSU! It's a state... Ah! Oh, my brain. Ooh! Alright, UCLA it is. I spent plenty of time at UCLA. UCLA. Academic strike. What do these acronyms mean? Don't worry about it.
UC campuses are on strike this morning after failed contract negotiations. They're asking for better working conditions.
This is the most TV anchor I have ever seen in my life.
And more money. CBS 2's Tina Patel is live with a look at the impact it's having on the school system. Tina.
Well, Marcy, UCLA could not tell us exactly how many classes were being affected by this strike, but we can tell you that there are demonstrations happening like this outside several of the buildings on campus and at the other UC campuses across the state. Thomas Oppel was not upset when he heard some of his classes at UCLA might be canceled today.
Yeah, that. I'm gonna fucking smoke weed, blaze it. You ever talk to a college student? I used to be, you can believe it, I used to be a college student. They're all retarded.
I'm more than okay with any class being disrupted for any reason. Yeah.
Fucking called it. I fucking knew he wasn't gonna say any shit about this strike. I fucking knew he was just gonna be like, yeah, bro. no school today.
The reason in this case is because teaching assistants and researchers across the UC system went on strike this morning. Their union has been trying to negotiate for a better contract for months. Right now, the average TA makes just $24,000 a year.
That's disgusting, by the way. TAs do so much work. Everyone makes fun of TAs. TAs will often just be the teacher in a class. TAs often have their own like academics shit they got to do. And oftentimes they're just called on to teach. I literally, one of my classes in university had a TA that was just the teacher. Yeah, all the time this happens. It's like they get paid nothing and they work what's TA, teacher's assistant. You do research, you teach, you grade stuff. You do the work of a teacher, but you're paid far less. You have none of the protections that they have, and you have no authority.
Kind of like blindsided by that when I
yeah, they're slaves. They're slaves. If you're ever given the opportunity to be a TA, you're basically being told like, hey, would you be interested in being a miserable slave for at least like a year? And maybe it'll make your resume look a little bit better. Worth it to get tuition waived though? Yeah, if you can. Sometimes you're able to do that.
Working here.
It's really hard. There are, plenty of, scholars at UC who are homeless. There, a large percentage of us are food insecure.
The University of California says they have negotiated in good faith and offered
you guys don't get it. You know why? Because you're all baby. You guys are fish-brained. You go to like UCLA. You ever seen UCLA? You ever seen UCLA? You know how shiny UCLA is? This is a building in UCLA. Yeah, I bet you thought that's where the Pope lives, huh? That's what you thought. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's where the Pope lives. What about this one, huh? Is this where Frank Lloyd Wright lives? No, it's a UCLA building. God, if you go to, oh, God. Seattle, no, University of Washington buildings. Cool thing about UW, University of Washington, is that we actually, all of our buildings, I say we like I went there, are inhabited by vampires. UW's got some old-fashioned architecture. Look at this. Look at that. Really though, look at that. That's really beautiful, isn't it? Like, yeah, jokes aside. University of Washington Library. The inside, the library, what is it? The atrium. Look at this. Tell me this doesn't look like Harry Potter. Look at that. It looks like the inside of some fancy Catholic church. It's just a library. It's their library. I mean, it's not just a library. It's obviously like really, really pretty. God, why are these images so low res? Well, you get the idea, don't you? Why am I saying all of this? Well, these universities are repositories of unimaginable wealth. A ton of money cycles through them. Only a tiny fraction of which, by the way, is your tuitions. That stuff that you went into debt over, you broke your back on your $20,000, $30,000. That's peanuts to them. Most of their money's caught up in endorsements, endowments, donations, football shit, land shit. Yeah, but for you, you're the stuff that you're going to be in debt over for the rest of your life. That's not nothing. They just take that from you to make you miserable. So these places are repositories of such wealth. And meanwhile, a lot of students and a lot of TAs at these places are literally homeless and starving. I am not joking. Go to any university in America right now, and you will have top performing students who literally live on somebody's couch with no secure housing and are starved. Like they do not have like day-to-day food security. And they're in institutions like these. We are living through like truly and phenomenally, like apocalyptically high levels of like wealth inequality here. College athletes who win national tournaments go to bed hungry there. Yeah, because they don't get paid.
The UAW a contract with fair pay, quality health, and family-friendly benefits. But union members say it's not enough.
They gave all the chancellors across the UCs six-figure raises this year. And in our contract negotiations, they're proposing 7% wage increases for academic workers, and that's less than inflation. That's an effective pay cut.
Some students say they do pay a lot to go here, so they think the university can afford to pay those in the classrooms more.
That is true. That is objectively true. That's not, yes, that is true. They have the money. That is true. Yes.
UCLA sometimes feels a little bit like a corporation, and I think they could, maybe spend some more time concerning themselves with the pay of their TAs.
54K, or we won't go away.
I remember that one of the big scandals at HSU, the university that I went to, was like in a time when teachers were barely making enough at all. They like put a bunch of money, the fucking bitch president, put a bunch of money towards the football shit. I also remember it was like a scandal that some students tried to break because the HSU did not have enough housing or parking spaces for the number of students they were bringing in each year. They were basically like relying on couch hopping or people just not having a car to like cushion the numbers, because there would be people who'd like pay the tuition, the amount for like plus parking, plus dorm, but they just wouldn't get it. And it was like, oh yeah, well, you. Vaush cares about parking for once. Yeah, well, I care about them lying about it, Also, HSU is a pretty rural area. It doesn't hurt to have a car out there. No parking garages. They didn't have enough spots. Guaranteed spots. I mean, imagine if you bring a car with you to university. Like your parents give you a car. Like that's a classic, like American off to college gift. Like, here's your car. You are now independent. Good luck. And then you get over to the university, and not only do they charge you additional on top of your tuition for parking, but they don't even have a parking spot for you. What? Like what? What do you? So you just have to leave your car at street parking? You live in the dorms. Like what? So you just leave your car at street? Like, oh yeah, better find like a road somewhere, like a mile out from the university. Whatever. Just.
Union members say they want to get back to work, but they are prepared to strike as long as they need to.
We're doing the instructional work. We're doing the research that brings the university billions of dollars in grants. We're the backbone of the university, and we deserve to be treated like it.
The University of California sent a statement that reads in part, our campuses have been preparing to mitigate the impact of any strike activity on our students by ensuring.
Imagine going to school in Boston. If you bring a car, it's impossible. Oh yeah, no. One of the things that made this like a real issue here, again, is that like Arcata, California being what it is, like this is an area where you kind of need a car, Like here's here there's Arcata, California. There's Cal Poly Humboldt. This is about 15,000 people. Good luck. I think the tallest building in Arcata is maybe 4 stories if you're not on campus. Most of the real shit, like say jobs, is down in Eureka, down here, which hey, good luck with the bus system here. It fucking sucks. It's a long enough drive. I was very nearly homeless before I started streaming. You guys saved my ass. Because I had just graduated. There are like no jobs in Arcata. Like zero jobs in Arcata, And I lived in my apartment, which was near campus. And I just couldn't find a job. I had no money. I was even trying to do that humiliating, like, what do they call them? It's when you go into a place and you're like, hey, I'm a fresh, warm, living body. Can you find some work for me? And they're like, yeah, we might call you back in 2 months in case somebody needs to use a human body as a hammer, or maybe like your blood can be used as mortar. Temp agencies, that's right. Yeah, those places are humiliating. Like here, find me a college graduate, like any work, like literal. You could have moved back with your parents. What about your parents? My parents weren't doing that great at the time either. I could have lived with them. I could have lived with friends as well. But, like, I'm talking in terms of, like, my life. Like, cut there. I didn't have... And I didn't want to burden or disappoint my parents, of course. So, I didn't want to... I didn't want to, you know... Look, the point is, I couldn't find any work in Arcata. I could have found work in Eureka, but I didn't have a car. So traveling down the 101, which, as you can see, yeah, it's a marsh with a road over it. Bus lines are hyper infrequent and unreliable. Sometimes they just wouldn't show up at all. So, so trying to get down here, I couldn't, So I couldn't find any work. I was spending all day, every day, looking for work. And then it was like, you know what? I've got some free time before I starve to death over here. I'm living on ramen. Let's try live streaming. You'll never guess what happened next. Didn't take long before the donations started to exceed what I would have made doing minimum wage work. And what happened next? Yeah, 416 happened next. Great stuff. Always thankful to you guys.
Ensuring to the extent possible continuity of instruction
Going to
and
Humboldt and
research.
Vaush. Bring
The
an umbrella.
university looks forward to continuing negotiations in good faith with the UAW and settling these contracts as quickly as possible so that important learning and...
I have a clip where you set the 2K dono and you said it, you never expect to be filled. You got that, Annie, from all the way back then? Well, if you have it, I mean...
Vital research at our locations may continue, but at this point it is unclear if any future negotiations are scheduled. Finals, by the way, coming up in just a few weeks. We'll send it back.
Finals. God. Hell yeah.
North side, let's make some noise!
I remember subbing back to your YouTube when you were 30K, didn't know things were so bad. Nah, Phoenix Slayer, by the time I'd hit 30K on YouTube, things weren't bad at all anymore. I was okay by then. It was more of an initial period of anxiety. What was your goal job when you were studying sociology? Sociology is not a field you should pursue if you want a gold job. Annie, thank you.
Look, the point I'm getting at is I felt a little bit...
Oh my god, early mic voice. Hello.
Look, the point I'm getting at is I felt a little bit presumptuous putting that donation goal down at the bottom right.
Why do I sound so congested? I'm gonna get, like, embarrassed hearing myself. Jesus Christ. Well, whatever.
Like, haha, I've been streaming for 3 weeks. Give me thousands of dollars. This is a very much a long-term goal. I would be surprised if it ever gets filled, in fact. But I just want to make it evident that I am very much committed to bringing this stream up to the level of quality you would expect from, like, a top professional streamer.
God, that's so dorky. I love me. And now I can clear 2K on a good TTS stream. Did you not have a cam initially? Nope. This was before I had anything. God damn. You sound like a different person. Yeah, well, I didn't put as much effort into my voice back then. I've said a couple of times that I've done voice training, and I have after that, with a little bit of effort, most of you folks, trans, cis, whatever, if you want your voice to sound different, you can do that. It's not impossible. A lot of it is just intonation, which isn't even, like, really voice training necessarily, but thank you, Eddie. God. Can you do that old voice again? This one? This voice was also through a different microphone. This would have been through my, first thing I ever got for this. It was given to me by a Reddit user called Omnic1, as a way of kickstarting the live streaming stuff. Couldn't have done it without this. Legit, if I hadn't been gifted this by Omnic1, I never would have made the channel. It might still work. I'm not sure if it does. It's been banged up quite a bit, mostly by Artemy knocking it off of stuff, but it doesn't have to work. Has a value beyond its its technical abilities. Can you do this classic Vaush voice though?
Hey there.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, if you guys want to go way back, this was the first YouTube video I ever made. I think I was in high school at the time. Sucktastic Guitar Hero 3 run. Don't hold back. That's right, baby. This was an actual, honest to God, 1 year after YouTube became a thing. From Irish Laddie. Yeah, no, that's the actual, yeah, all the way, God, 14 years ago. Half of my life ago. Yeah. I sucked in this video. I could kick my fucking 14-year-old Guitar Hero player's ass. Do you still have the account? Oh, God, no. No, I have no idea how I could even log into this account. The audio is so bad. What was I even recording this with? Finally, some good content. Was this on a PS2? No, a Wii, I think? Or a GameCube? One of those. No, it had to be a GameCube, right? Wait. I don't know. Wii? Okay.
I believe that. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. Union makes us strong.
True.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. When I say union, you say power.
I'm glad they're bopping out here. Wii cells are deleting themselves. Guys, come on. Nintendo consoles have always been good, in large part because they had access to a bunch of Nintendo exclusives that have obviously always been really dope. Like, however else you may feel, like, you know, being a Nintendo lad has always given you pretty clean access to a bunch of really high-quality games. However, and I do kind of resent this in the long run, because now that I'm an adult, I really don't give a fuck about Nintendo, but I really, really like all those games that I missed out on the PS2, for which every game was made. You know what I mean? Like in retrospect, like, do I care that much about Mario or what? Not really. Oh, Mario Galaxy is great. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's all those like weirder games. But the weirder games didn't come out in Nintendo because they had such like a strong like brand loyalty thing going on. Yeah.
Go back.
Oh, I thought this was a 5-minute video. Well, that was kind of a winding segment there. It was definitely something.